SBS has infused a new vitality into the romantic comedy genre with its new Wednesday-Thursday drama, Kissing is No Joke, literal title, 키스는 괜히 해서. As the title suggests, this drama presents a unique setup that boldly flips the typical order of a relationship. It tells the story of a man and a woman who experience a decisive kiss before any romantic feelings have had a chance to bloom, or even before they truly get to know each other. This unconventional starting point of kiss first, relationship later strongly piques viewer curiosity, signaling an unpredictable relationship roller coaster ahead for the two protagonists. Even before its first broadcast, Kissing is No Joke firmly captured the audience's attention through active promotional activities. The strategy of having the lead actors appear on popular variety shows to introduce the drama themselves was particularly effective. Specifically, their appearance on the program My Too Prickly Secretary, literal title, allowed them to wittily explain the drama's charm points and share behind-the-scenes stories from the set, successfully raising anticipation for the main broadcast. This promotion via entertainment programs gave viewers a preview of the drama's cheerful and comedic atmosphere, proving to be an effective method for targeting romantic comedy fans. The drama succeeded in grabbing early attention not only through variety show promotions but also by featuring unexpected special appearances, namely actors Lee Seo-jin and Kim Kwang-kyu. Their appearance was made even more impactful because the drama's genre is a lighthearted and pleasant romantic comedy. While their scene in the first episode might have felt somewhat random, their unique presence and comedic acting genuinely enlivened the show's atmosphere. This use of unexpected cameos injected vitality into the potentially straightforward early plot, offering viewers a small but certain dose of entertainment. Watching the first and second episodes makes it clear that Kissing is No Joke is for now a two-top system, with leads An Yoon-jin and Jang Ki-young carrying the entire drama. Of course, it's true that most romantic comedies rely heavily on the charm and chemistry of their male and female protagonists. However, this drama, despite being in its early stages, devotes the majority of its runtime to the narrative and emotional changes of these two characters, showing an intense focus on their relationship. As their screen time was overwhelmingly dominant in episodes 1 and 2, it is expected that starting from episode 3, various supporting characters will emerge to enrich the plot and add new conflicts and laughter. This project holds special significance for both lead actors, An Yoon-jin and Jang Ki-young. While they have broadened their acting spectrums through various works, this is effectively their first time leading a full-blown romantic comedy as the main protagonists. This is particularly true for Jang Ki-young, who has left strong impressions in somewhat heavy, serious roles or genre-specific dramas. His role here is worthy of being called an acting transformation. Likewise, while An Yoon-jin has been praised for her stable acting skills, simultaneously pulling off comedic acting that requires her to let go of her image while managing a romance is a new challenge. Both actors face the task of setting aside the heavy burden of being a rom-com lead and exuding the light, charming appeal that their characters demand. An Yoon-jin's character, Go Da-rim, is the epitome of a pitiful reality. After struggling and failing multiple times to land a decent job, she ended up in Noryangjin as a long-term student preparing for the civil service exam, but even that path proves difficult. In this situation, her younger sibling gets married and, feeling awkward about her unemployed older sister, sends her off to Jeju Island, a move that is half consideration, half expulsion. This setup clearly illustrates Da-rim's desperate and low self-esteem situation, and it becomes the decisive trigger for her to get entangled in unexpected events on the island. Jang Ki-young's character, Gong Ji-hyuk, is a competent but indifferent consultant. He travels to Jeju Island on a special mission to recruit a key programmer for his company's important project. It is here that his fateful or ill-fated first encounter with Go Da-rim takes place. Da-rim, meaning to help Ji-hyuk out of a crisis, ends up causing a major accident that lands him in the hospital. To make matters worse, Ji-hyuk disappears without paying the hospital bill, leaving Da-rim, who has no money to her name, to bear the entire cost. Thus, a hopelessly tangled debtor-creditor relationship is formed between them. The ill-fated connection in Jeju flows in a completely unexpected direction. The key programmer, Gong Ji-hyuk, was so desperately seeking turns out to be none other than Go Da-rim's ex-boyfriend. Moreover, through this encounter, Da-rim discovers her ex's less-than-stellar personality. Unwilling to show her pathetic self in front of her shabby ex, Darim makes a bold move to escape the momentary crisis. She introduces Gong Ji-hyuk, who just happens to be beside her, as her lover. In the crucial moment of having to prove this lie, the two share an impulsive and intense first kiss, regardless of their own intentions. For ironclad Gong Ji-hyuk, who had never been interested in romance his entire life, the impulsive kiss with Go Darim has an unexpected ripple effect. He, too, felt an unforgettable sweetness from that kiss and, led by his own emotions, kisses Darim once more, confirming their mutual feelings. The two, who met in the unfamiliar setting of Jeju Island, are on the verge of developing into a couple when a critical crisis strikes. Darim receives a sudden call that her mother has collapsed. Just as their relationship was about to deepen, on the verge of taking the next step, Darim leaves everything behind and hurriedly returns to Seoul, bringing their brief encounter to an abrupt halt. Returning to Seoul, Go Darim is pushed into an even more desperate situation. She must earn money immediately, not only for her mother's hospital bills, but also because her family home is on the verge of being auctioned off. However, there aren't many jobs available for Darim, who lacks any real career experience. Then she stumbles upon a peculiar job posting looking for a baby's mother. She commits a daring lie, applying for the job by pretending that the child of her upstairs neighbor, Kim Seon-woo, played by Kim Moo-jun, who is raising his child alone, is her own. This choice leads her to a fateful reunion with Gong Ji-hyuk. The company Go Darim desperately lied her way into is, surprisingly, run by Gong Ji-hyuk's father, and Ji-hyuk himself has just been appointed as the team leader for the very team she joined. Gong Ji-hyuk is thrown into immense shock and confusion upon seeing the woman with whom he shared sweet memories in Jeju suddenly appear as his team member, and a single mom at that. The drama maintains a very fast pace from the beginning, densely depicting their reunion and new conflicts. Although the viewership rating saw a slight decline from 4.5% for episode 1 to 4.0% for episode 2, this seems to be a moment of catching its breath before the main story unfolds. Attention is now focused on what kind of office chemistry the two will display as they navigate their new dynamic as boss and subordinate, as a fake single mom, and as a man shaken by her. It remains to be seen if this long-awaited SBS Wednesday-Thursday drama will succeed in capturing the viewers' hearts.